Good morning, everyone. This is BremSter, and I'm going to be trying a Sudoku adventure stream. Now, this is something that I've been very scared to pick up because I finished the last one, it must have been a couple of months ago. And I finished the last one with a migraine and it was a bit terrible. And I felt a bit bad about it. And I noticed that the next one coming was a chaos construction puzzle. And I was like, oh Lord, this is going to be a problem. But I'm feeling okay this morning. So I only really do these puzzle streams at a time that kind of works for the audience in Europe and US. So I'm very limited on the times that I can do this. It's got to kind of be my Saturday mornings or Sunday mornings. And I don't want to conflict with other streamers as little as possible, as much as I can, and it's just awkward. But I do want to try and do this. So what I'm going to do is I've preloaded the puzzle, but I haven't looked at it. So I'm going to jump in with this one and see if I can do it. There's not anyone in chat yet, so that's I was kind of relying on people from chat to help me with this one, but I'm going to see how I go on my own. And we will, yeah, we'll see how all of this goes. So, Three Perfect Snakes Adventure by Inferio. So it's a chaos construction. So place the digits 1 to 6 exactly once in every row, column, and region. There are only 3 regions which contain only half the cells in the grid. Okay, so a chaos construction is a puzzle where you don't get hi Ratfinks, where you don't get all of the regions provided, but there's only 3 regions in this puzzle. Okay, the remaining cells only obey Latin square rules, columns and row restrictions. So there's 3 regions, and then the others, 1s to 6s, will just have to be placed, but they don't need regions. The regions are to be determined by the solver according to the following additional rules. Each region is a snake, a sequence of 6 orthogonally connected cells which do not branch nor form a 2 by 2 area. So that would mean a region could not do that. It must be a snake. So that could be a region, but that could not be a region because that forms a 2 by 2 area. They also can't branch, so I couldn't do that as a region, for example, because that branches. They contain the digits 1 to 6 in increasing order from one end of the snake to the other. The 3 snakes don't touch each other orthogonally. Each snake contains exactly 2 circled cells, and the 6 circled cells all contain a different digit from 1 to 6. Okay. Now, this was apparently easy, but I'm already very confused. Okay. So the snakes don't touch each other orthogonally, and each snake contains exactly 2 circled snells. So if the 2 circled cells, snells. So this is not the Incomparable podcast. So these 2 circle. Okay, so I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer, but I don't think that matters. So what I have here is these 2 have to be in the same snake because the snakes do not touch each other orthogonally, but these 2 circles do, and each snake contains exactly 2 circles. So if these were in a different snake, I would have a problem. So these are in a snake. Now, this is therefore in a different snake. It's the next one in the series, and it's just the way it works. Now, this can't reach this or this because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or even worse. So this has to run straight down to here. And therefore, because this is the snake, which is a sequence of 6 orthogonally connected cells, this has to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are in the same region. And I can draw off this region. I'm pretty certain that is true. Now, the snakes don't touch each other orthogonally. So green can't come this, whoops, green can't come this way. So that means none of these cells here can be snake. Because if any of those cells were snake, then they would touch. Now, each region is a snake. Um, but green could do this or this, while blue does this or this. Well, not that, but that. Now, green has to grow. Now, but it could do... The restriction is up here, surely. But green could just be another vertical band. And this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I don't think it can, actually. Because if green was a vertical band... I'm probably overcomplicating this, but I'm not really understanding it. If green was a vertical band, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what would blue do? Because this would have to be an end of blue, because all of these would be grey, and blue would have to start or end here, and this would have to be a 1 or a 6, and it can't be. So that, I think, means this can't be the end of green. Because the only way I think this can be the end of green is if it does that. Because I can't touch each other orthogonally. So I might be able to do something like that. I think this is a puzzle that assumes that you've done lots of other pencil puzzles or something like that, and I don't... Because I always see ways out. And I'm sure there's a logic that explains why. Hi, Riff. I... This could be the shortest stream in history. Because, I mean, there's multiple ways blue can connect, and green has lots of options for ways of making a snake and still leaving blue options. Now, this could be the 6 end of blue. It can't be a 1 end of green. But I've literally got nothing here. How does this work? Because there's lots of ways of doing green and still leaving blue to have lots of options. Just lots. And blue doesn't even need to start. Like, can blue come out of... Yeah, and blue doesn't even need to start or end in this bottom row. So this could be... I mean, I'm assuming it's got something to do with the 1s and 6s, but I don't see that either. Because green could do something like that, and blue could do something like that, and then there's no 1s or 6 conflicts. Does blue have to take the corner? What's wrong with that? There's 3 regions, and then the rest of it is just a Latin square. So the rest of the cells don't need to be part of any region. So the grey cells can be just dispersed. Yeah. Which is why green and blue can go anywhere. There's no positive information. I'd held off for like a month and a half to come back because I'd been told this puzzle was easy and I'd do it in 10 minutes. But I literally am seeing nothing here. Because, I mean, you could say, well, green can't take this cell because it has to be a snake. But what would be wrong with that? And then blue could take that. Like, there's no pressure. Like, I could draw dozens of different things. I mean, some of them would be weird, but I'd have to draw all of them. I mean, it tells you something, but it's like, okay, so if the snakes are that, it means that's a 6 and that's a 1, which means that's a 6 and that's a 1, and I end up with a conflict, but so it can't be that, so it'd have to be that, and all of a sudden the conflict goes away, but that's only if it's that, so let's draw it as something different. Let's draw it as that and see if I get a conflict. I'm just drawing different random snakes to see if I get a conflict. Yes, it can. I drew one earlier which could be an endpoint. Okay. But so what I need to do is I need to draw lots of possible snakes. Where does it say that? The posted digit 1 to 6 is like 1 to every row, column, and regions. There is only 3 regions. Each could have circle grid. Each region is a snake, a sequence of 6 orthogonally connected cells, which contain 1 to 6 in increasing order. 1 to 3 snakes don't touch each other. Each snake circles in the 6 circle cells can all contain different digits from 1 to 6. Okay. So we know these are 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Okay, so green must grow. So this is not an endpoint. Right, okay. This is not a 2. This is not a 4. But I don't think that's that useful. So if this was to grow, if that's not an endpoint, this has to grow to there. Because I can't form a 2 by 2. But that could be an endpoint if it's a 6. Or it could continue to grow. This can't be an endpoint. It can't go to there, so it must go to there. Now, these have to connect. And that's going to take 2 cells to connect them. And those 2 cells are going to have to be the middle 2 cells. So these have to be 2 and 5. Because the cells in between them are going to have to be 3 and 4. So if these are 2 and 5, these are not 2 and 5. These are 3 and 4. So these are 2 and 5. And whatever comes out of these are 1 and 6. Now this can't go to there, so that goes to there, and that's the 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2. That's the rule I missed, and one of those is a 1. Can't put a 6 in either of those or there. So this is the 2. This is the 5. Right, now, trying to wrap my head around this. Now, all of these are grey, which means I could draw that in. Now, if this needs to connect to a 6, now I can't put it there, and if it was here, how would this make a loop? So this is actually the blue 6, which means this is ending blue. Oh, I hadn't realized this. Of course, my colors are wrong because this has been set on the CTC app, not on Sudoku Pad. I need to export my stuff to the CTC app because it's constantly causing problems. No, that's not true. It could go 4-3, but the 6... No, hang on. I can't put the 4 there. This is the 4. Because I can't put the 4 there, and one of those is the 3, then 2. But if this is the 3, I can't go 2, 1. Because that's the 4, this has to be the 1, which means this is not the 1, this is the 1. So this is the blue 1, this is the green 1. And I can draw that in. But I've got all of that. Now I know all of that is grey. I know that is grey. I know that is grey. I know this is blue. And one of these is blue, but I don't know which. So now I need to do the Latin square. Because these are 2 and 3. There's a 6 in one of those two. That's probably not the way. I'm not sure which digit to look at. These are 1, 4, and 5. So that's a 4. Right, of course. This is 6 and this is 5. So these are 3 and 4. So I know that's the 3, that's the 4. That doesn't mean that's the blue 3, though. Because these are 1, 2, and 3. That's not a 1, that's not a 2. These are 2, 3, and 6. That's a 3. I'm kind of terrible at this. 2, 3, 6. So this is a 6. So this is a 2. This is a 3. This is a 1. And now this is the blue 3. Which means I can draw that in. Make this grey. And focus on the Latin square. So this is now the 2, this is the 6, this is the 3, this is the 2. The 1 makes this 5 and this 1. So this is the 1. These are 4 and 5. That 5 makes that 4 and that 5. And that is the solution to 3 Perfect Snakes Adventure. It was the circles being different was the bit that I'd forgotten. That is a really interesting puzzle. I do like it, but yeah, as always, one of the tricks I always find with Chaos Construction is they've always got a unique rule set or a twist on the rule set, which is important, and I get that. But it's getting them into your head, which I find quite tricky. Yeah, incredibly important, and I missed it. So, oops, that's on me. So I was focusing on the puzzle. Hello, everyone, and I have forgotten to say hello to everyone. I'm seeing Amy, Ratfinks, Microstudy, Tom, Screaming Ice Cube, Bents, Nicholas, I'm repeating names, Who's here, Peter, Jim said hi to Ranksk, I think, if I haven't. Hi, Ranksk. It's wonderful to have you here in particular for this series. This series is originally from Ranksk's channel. There is a link below to Ranksk's series where he covers this. If you really want the proper solves of this and where to find the puzzles and where to find links to them and everything, go to Ranksk's channel. Just go to Ranksk's channel. It's awesome. Amy, I think I've mentioned Nicholas before. Hello, everyone who's here. I think I saw Sotek before, and I haven't said hi to Sotek. Yeah, just hi, everyone. And yeah, there is a like button. Subscribe to this. If you really want to support me, jump over and hit subscribe and don't hit the notification on BremSter Games. That way you won't get bothered by it, but you're still supporting me. Yeah, awesome. Now, where am I going next? I'm getting the next puzzle. So I've done that one. And the next one is triangulation. I have no idea if these are just going to get harder. And I didn't even check. I don't even have OBS visible on my screen at the moment because things are a bit weird. Hopefully all the rules were visible. So far it looks okay. Let me know if the rules become a problem because I've got so much stuff on my screen I can't see a thing. Okay. So it's an irregular 6x6 with a V. Oh, no, it's an inequality sign, not a V. Okay. So, irregular just means that the regions are oddly, are not sort of the normal 2x2. So that's cool. So this is the second irregular out of 2. Fun. Okay. So what does we know? Law of leftovers on a 6x6. I have no idea how I'm going to wrap my head around this one. I know 1 is in one of those 2. But that's probably... I know 3 is in here in this region. There'll be something important. 4 is in here. Don't think that's it. I am way out of practice with irregular. 4 is in here in this region. I can see... Why is 4 on the inequality sign? Why can't 4 be there? Why can't 4 be there? Now, yeah, the 4 here means 4 is not there, 4 is not there. So 4 is in here. Yeah, that's where I was trying to go. But I can't see why 4 is on the inequality sign. So 4 can't be there, there, or there. So that's a 4. Which means 4 is in here. Well, 4 is in... Hang on. No, I've got 4 in this region. Which 4 don't I... 4 is now in here with the 3, which puts 4 down here. Now, 4s are lining up down here, which means that is not a 4. And now 4 is on the inequality sign. But I didn't see that immediate as an immediate. That was a lot of geometry to get to that. Now, if this is a 4, this is a 6. If this is a 4, this is a 3. So we've either got 4, 6, because it can't be 5. And if this is a 4, this can't be 1 or 2, so this would be a 3. That's a bit weird. Oh, yeah. I see. Hang on, doesn't that just have to be 6 then? Isn't that just a 6? Because... yeah, that's just law of leftovers. These rows contain 1 to 6. There's a 1 6 in there. There's no 6 in there. So where's the second 6? It's there. So this is a 4. This is a 3. That's not a 4. This is a 4. And these are 1 and 5. And I know the order. 5 and 1. So this is a 2. These are 3, 5, and 6, and there's no 5 in any of those, so that's the... What did I just do? I did my normal trick of 3, 5, and 6. There's no 5 in any of those. So that's the 5. This is the 6, and this is the 3. I'm not as fast as most people. I thought you all knew that by now. Yeah, the law of leftovers between those. Yes. But I got it a different way. Okay, so. I'm really tempted to just mark triples. Because those are 2, 3, and 6. So that's a 2, and this is a 3, 6 pair. And this is a pair, which is 1 and 5. So this is the 1 and this is the 5. Thank you, Riff. So this is not the 1. This is a triple, 2, 3, and 6. So 3 is in here. So where's 3 in this region? It's not in any of those. That's the 3. Which means that's the 6. So that's the 6. This is the 3, and this is the 2. This is now 1 and 5. And these are 2 and 3. And we know the order. So this is 1 and 5. So we've got 1, 5, 1. These are 4 and 5, and we know the order. 4 and 5, and 4 and not 4. And these are 1, 2, and 6. That was cool. Did that one much smoother. Took me a while to get to why 4 was on here, but I just had to follow the 4 geometry and realize it. I'm not as good at law of leftovers as some. I'm not as good at most things as some. Like, of the people in chat, I would probably say that 85% of them are better solvers than I am. Ooh, this one's been solved 62 times. So this one is obviously a popular puzzle. 100 adventures. Ooh, this is number 100. It is too. Cool. Normal 6x6 Sudoku rules apply. Place the digit. Oh, this is by ranks. Awesome. Place the digits 1 to 6 in every row, column, and 2x3 box. Between lines, digits on a line must be strictly in between the 2 digits in the connected circles, and the grey circles must be odd and grey squares must be even. Which will mean I'm assuming the highlighting will be weird. Yeah. I really like bordered squares and bordered circles because they work for all highlighting. Okay. So, do I just want to pencil mark these? Probably not. So you can never put 1 or 6 on a between line because there'd be nothing higher or lower than it to put on the end. So these have to be the 1 and the 6. So this is a 6, this is a 1. But I'm not seeing that as forced. Well, actually, that becomes a 1 there because I can't put 1 in any of those, and I can't put 1 on the line, or something on either end would have to be lower. So that becomes a 1, which puts 1 in one of those two. Actually, this is resolved because 1 is in one of those two, but I can't put 1 on a line. So that's the 1, and that's the 1. Row 4, column 5. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, 5 or 6. But this line is also going to be under a lot of pressure, but I'll get to that in a minute. I want to see if I can explore something with 6s. And the answer may be no. So this is 3 or 5. This is 2 or 4. Yeah, this line having no 1 is a bit weird because 2, 3, 4. Hang on, how's that going to work? There has to be a 6 in one of these because I can't put a 1 in one end. So with 3 digits in between, these have to be 2 and 5. 2 and 6. Because I need 3 digits in between. These have to be 2 and 6. And these have to be 3, 4, and 5. which means this is a 2. Because I need 3 digits in between where I can't put a 1 on either end. So this is from 3, 4, and 5. I could see something was going on, but I couldn't quite see it. Now, these could be 2, 3, 4, I think, which would allow that to be a 5, maybe. Now, the 2, 6, this is from 3, 4, 5. We've got a similar... We know 6 is in here. We know 6 is in here. 6 isn't here. So 6 is in one of those two. So it's not there. So it's there. So this isn't 1 or 6. There's a 3 up here and a 5 up here. Squares in box. Okay, so yeah, these are 4 and 6, which means this is not the 6, this is the 6. There is a 2 up here. But this can't be a 2 because this would have to be a 1. So this is not the 2, this is the 2. There's no 4 here. This is a 3 or a 5. This is now the 2 because I can't put 2 here and I can't put 2 here. So these are 3, 4, and 5. But these have to be between 6 and this. So this is the 3, this is the 5, this is the 4, and this is the 3. There's no 3 here. This is the 5 and this is the 4. This is just by Sudoku. No 4 here. 4 is in here. These are 4 and 5. So this is the 3, which makes this the 5 and takes 5 out of those. This 3, of course, makes this 4 and this 3, which makes this 5 and this 4. This is 2 or 6. And this is 2, 5 or 6. But these are 3 and 4, which just works. These are 3 and 5. So it's... If this is 5, this is 2, 3, 4. This would be... This can't be 6. So 6 is in one of those two. Right. 6 can't be 6. So 6 is in one of those two. This is 4. This is 6. That 4 means this is 3. This is 4. This is 5. This is 3. This is 6 now, which means this is 2. This is 5. And this is 2. That makes this 6 and this 2. That was really nice. Beautiful interaction of the clues. And we've got another 100 adventures. Okay. I don't know how old these puzzles are. I know they must be months old. My comments often are... when I'm finding things, I'm not missing other things if I'm exploring something. It's when I'm staring at the grid for like a minute and a half and I'm saying there's nothing here and I'm and there's obvious stuff. That's when I'm missing stuff. But if I'm seeing things, I'm not missing other things. I'm just looking somewhere else. Okay, I'm assuming German Whisper. 6 by 6, place the digit 1 to 6 in every row, column, and 2 by 3 box. German Whispers, adjacent digits on a green line must differ by at least 3. I have no idea what that means. And odd and even. Okay. So, I know this is a 3 or a 5, but differ by at least 3. So, we will... alternate high-low, because 1 must go to at least 4, 2 must go to 5 or 6, 3 must go to 6. So we will alternate between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's cool. I don't have the previous one loaded, but let me reload it. So 1, 0, 0, and there's clues down here and clues up here. Okay, this doesn't have ones down here, but it's got the 100 and the 100. I'll load the next one in advance. Ooh, that one's, and it's got the 100 bond. That's really cool. So where's the German Whisper one I'm working on? This one. Okay, so these must alternate between high and low. So what does that mean? I don't know that I've probably done a German Whisper 6x6 before in this series, but I don't remember anything about it. I do not remember anything about it. So 3 can only go next to 6, for example. So if I look at this box, which has the most German Whisper clues in it, I couldn't put 3 in either of those or in either of those. Because if I put 3 here, so this has to be a 3-4 pair, doesn't it? Because 3 can only go next to 6 and 4 can only go next to 1. So if I put 3 here, these would both have to be the same digit. If I put 4 here, these would be the same digit. Same with those, same with those, and same with those. So this is a 3-4 pair, which means these are 1 or 6. And we know from the 1 that this is the 6. And 6 is 3 away from 3, so this is the 6. This is a 4. I think that's correct. So these are low. These are, well, this is a 2. 2 can only be 3 away from 5 or 6, so that's a 5. 5 is only 3 away from 1 or 2. That, I feel, must be correct. Do I have to finish the column? And these are 2, 4, and 6. Okay, now, these are going to be under some pressure, but I'm trying to figure out how. Because 2 and 5 are also under pressure. Because 2 can only go next to 5 and 6. Well, I know the 6 is down here. And 5 can only go next to 1 and 2. So 2 can only go next to 5 and 6. So if 2 was here, this would be 5, this would be 6. But 2... I'm confused now. I know 5 is in one of those two. Can I put 3 in any of these? Because 3 has to go next to 6. I think that has to be a 3. Because... And I'm not reading chat. I'm sorry. I'm not looking for spoilers right now. I'm trying to nut this one out for myself. If I put 3 here, these would have to be 6. But I know 6 is down here. And if I put 3 here, those would have to be 6 and 6 is down here. So I can't put 3 on this line and 3 is not there. That's a 3. So these are 1, 4, and 5. And that's not a 5. I know 3 is over here, but that's... So... 3 deduction was cool, but I'm not... So the other digit is if this is 4, these are both 1s. And if this is 4, these are both 1s. But if I don't put 4 on this line, does that matter? Because I think I can do that. I'm a little lost. There's got to be a logical way of seeing this. Four. Four can't go next to... Oh, if this is 4, these are both 1s, and I've broken this box. If this is 4, these are both 1s, and I've broken this box. I can't put 4 there. This is the 4. Right. Thank you for the hint. So this is a 1-5 pair, which means this is the 2. So that means that's not 4. I'm still struggling wrapping my head around this, to be honest. So I'm really tempted to just fully pencil mark this, because these are 1, 2, 5, and 6, and we know there's no 6 in here. And this is not helping, is it? Wherever the 2 goes, it's next to 5 and 6. So if I put 2 here, this would be 5, 6, and these would both be 4. This can't be 2. And if this is 2, this would be 5, 6, and that would be broken. So I can't put 2 in any of those. These are 1, 5. So this is not 1 or 5, and this is not 1 or 5. And I think I've run out of juice here now, but 1, 2, 4 go there. And these are 1, 3, 5. And there's no 5 there. These are 3 and 4, which means 1, 3, and 4. So that's 4, which means that's not 4. This is 4. There's a 5 in one of those. So this is where this line is going to start doing some work, because these are 1 and 6. And that is not as restrictive as I might like. But can I put a 3 on any of this? A 3 here would require that to be 6. Can't put 3 here. So 3 is in one of those two, because 3 here would require both of those to be 6. Those are the same high-lowity. Is that what you were saying? Row 2, column 1, and row 2, column 2. Those are the same high-lowity. So they're low. Right, of course. These are the same high-low. So these are low. So these are from 1, 2, 3. So this is a 1, 2, 3. This is a 6. This is a 2. Forgot basic whisper practices. So these are a 5, 6. But these are low, so these have to be high. This is a 6. This is a 1. This is a 5. 5. This is a 6. There's no 5 here, so this is a 5. Now, 1 or 2 can go next to 5, 6, but this can't be a 3 anymore because it needs a 6. So this is the 3. This is the 1. This is beautiful, by the way. 4, 3. 2, 4, 1, 2. So, oh, 6, 2, 5, 1, 5, and 1. Okay, that took me a lot longer to wrap my head around some of the concepts on that than possibly it should have. But it was very cool. Liked that one a lot. And then we've got an arrow puzzle, which is normal 6x6. Arrows, digits on an arrow sum to the value in the circle, and digits in a grey circle is odd, and in the grey square is even. So I still know that that is 3 or 5. Now, the minimum this could be is 3. So 3, 4, 5, 6, the same of all of those. No, this one is even more restricted. That is just a 6. And these are 3, 4, 5, 6. And the reason that is a 6, in case there's anyone who's watching who doesn't understand the logic, is the minimum of those is 1, 2, 3. So they must buy you 1, 2, 3. So that is a 5. And these are 4 and 6. Now, maybe instead of complimenting you, Ranks, I should insult you if you do. It's like, no, that doesn't work. I'm trying to figure out how that would work. My logic is failing me this morning. Like, because we expect quality from setters like you. It's like, that was only average. It wasn't. That was a really good puzzle. So 3 is in one of those two because I can't put it in an even square. I'm just trying to be silly and I'm failing. So just, I won't say ignore me, but yeah. Do better. No, just, yeah. Yeah. Anyway. So 1 is up here somewhere. 5 is up here. 5 is on one of these arrows. So one of these arrows is 5, 1, 6. So one of those is a 6. And this isn't a 5 because this can't be a 1. So that is not a 5. So one of these is a 1. That's interesting. So one of these is a 1, but it's not there. That's weird, but I like it. Row 4, column 6 equals 6. Row 4, that breaks. If that 6 breaks box 3. If that 6, yes, I'd have to put 6 on an arrow. Yeah, if this is 6, where do I put 6 in this box? It'd have to go in one of those two, and I'd be putting 6 on an arrow. So this is not the 6, so this can't be the 5 because this would be 5, 1. So this is the 5 and this is the 1. Which means that is not the 1. There is still a 1 in one of these two. Now that is not a 5 anymore. This is 2, 3, or 4. Pardon me. Okay. Now, 6 is in one of these two. So this is 2 or 4. Because I can't put 6 on an arrow. 6 is up here. So 6 is right here. Because 6 can't go in one of those. Because 6 here breaks... 6 here. Hang on. Yeah, 6 here breaks this box. So 6 is not here. So 6 has to be down here. It's not here. So it's in one of those two. But that 6 makes that the 6 and that the 4. That's really elegant. Now 6 in this box has to be here, which I got from the arrow but just didn't do. The 4 makes that 2, which makes that 3. These are now 1 and 2. Not 5, 2. And these are 3, 4, and 6. And I do not put 6 on the arrow. So how does this work? Well, can't be 3 anymore because the minimum of this is 3 and 1 is 4. But I think I can make that work lots of different ways. I think we've all done that, Zetamas. There's no 5 there. So 2 is up here. This is not 1, 2, or 6. So it's 3, 4, 5. These are a triple. 2, 4, and 5. Oh, that could be 5. That can't be 5. That is a maximum of 2. Because if I made even this 3, this would be 3 and 4 for 7. So that's a 1 or a 2, and it's not a 2. This is the 1. So 1 is up here. So this is 4, 5, or 6. So it's not 3 anymore. And this can't be a 5, so that's not a 4. This is a 3 or a 5. Okay. So 4 is in one of those two. So this is 2 or 5. For reasons I can't go into, I've been playing with a lot of weird arrow stuff recently. But I still aren't seeing it. I've got a couple of weird puzzles from you in the queue, Sotek, some of which I think one of them you submitted back in February, which is the Lazy Susan or Dreaming Susan or something. It's still in the queue. It's just, I apologize to everyone who's got stuff in my queue at the moment. I really hope people like what's coming up on the channel. I'd recorded a bunch of stuff to be released in like 2 or 3 weeks, and I've brought it forward because it may not look like it. My health has taken a huge turn for the worst. So I've done some adjusting. There's 4 in here. Long chain. If row 5, column 4 were a 2, you think it breaks. So this would be 2, 3, 5. 2, 3, 5. Yeah, that breaks. If this is 2, this can't be a 2. It'd have to be a 3 because it couldn't be 2, 4, 6. This would be 2, 3, 5. 3, 5 breaks that. So this can't be a 2. This is a 1. So this is a 2. 2 can't go with 3 to get to 4 or 6. So this is 2, 4, 6. That takes 4 out of there. That's not a long chain. That's very, very obvious. And I just missed it. This is the 3. Thank you for pointing me out on that one. Who was that? Jim. Thank you, Jim. 3, 5 pair takes 3 out of there. So this is a 2 or a 4. So 1, 2, 3 or 1, 4, 5. I think that was a beautifully fair deduction. So these are 2, 4, 6. So this is 2 or 4. One 4 breaks the other arrow. This is 1, 4, 5. You're talking here. This is 1, 4, 5. This is 6. Right, if this is 1, 4, 5, this is 1. 1, 4, 5 makes this 6, and I need a 5, and I've got 2 5s. So this is 2, 3. That chain is a lot less obvious. So this is 5, and now this is 6. That makes this 4. This is now not the 4. This is a 2, 3 pair. But it's a 2, and this is a 3. So I take the 3 out of there. This is a 1, 2. This is a 5, and this is a 3, 4. Okay. Very cool. This is a 4, 5, and I know the order, 5 and 4. These are 1 and 6, and I know the order. That resolves the 2 and the 1. Those are, that first chain, that was fair. The first chain told you that I should be looking for that one, and I didn't. So that was completely on the way I didn't look at the puzzle. 4 and 3, which means the 2 and the 4 are resolved as 2 and 4. That really cool. That was stunning. I think that's actually the most elegant of the puzzles. No offense to the other two. Cage metrics. Okay, let's look at cage metrics. I'm going to shut down extra pages I don't need. By Riff Clown. Digits in killer cages cannot repeat and sum to the total in the top left corner. Okay. I am fairly familiar with killer, so let's give this one a shot. So we know that these are 1, 2, 4. The reason I've started explaining this as 1, 2, 4 is, okay, they're the forced digits, but the minimum digits you can put in are 1, 2, 3. I like trying to explain things from fundamental concepts, because I've had a lot of messages from real life friends and from beginners saying that they really appreciate me doing that. But the minimum digits you can put into a non-repeating set are 1, 2, and 3. That's 6. So I need to increase one of the digits by 1. If I increase a 1 or a 2, I'd end up with a repeating digit in the set. I'd end up with 2, 2, 3 or 1, 3, 3. And that doesn't work. So the only digit I can increase is the 3 by 1. So I end up with 1, 2, 4. And you may go, well, that's just basic math. But if you explain the concept, then people can wrap their heads around it and use it in other ways, where they've got a restricted set of digits and they know they need to increase one. They may not be able to increase some of the digits by 1 because they'll force the repeating in the set. So that means well, I know this is a 5 because I need to put a 5 in this 21 cage because this is a 6 cell cage without repeating digits in a 6 by 6. I need to use the digits 1 to 6. So I need to put 5 in here somewhere, and that 5 sees all of those. So that's a 5. I've probably got other things like this, but this is now 3 and 6. So 3 and 6 are in those two cells because I need to put 3 and 6 in this row, but I can't put it in those. Now 2 is, hang on, no, 2 is already in this cage. So these, 5 is in one of those two. 6 sees all of those. That's the 6, that's the 5, that's the 3, so that's the 6 and that's the 3. These are 1, 2, and 4. There's no 2 in those, so that's the 2. That's the 4 and that's the 1 because of multiple reasons. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we know that these are 3, 4, and 6 because of the inherent roping in these puzzles. Well, there's no 6 there either, so that's the 6. The 6 makes that the 3 and that the 4 and that the 3 because of the cage. That becomes the 6. The 2 takes the 2 out of there. There's no 4 there, so 4 is in one of those two. This is 2 and 4, and that 2 makes that the 4 and that the 2. These are 1, 3, and 5. So 3 is in there. Actually, I know what these two digits are. These are 1 and 6, and I know the order. This is the 1 and the 6 because I needed to complete the cage. So this is a 1. So this is the 3. This is the 5. This is 3, 4, and 5. And I've got a 3, 4 here. So this becomes the 5. To complete the cage, this needs to be the 4, and this needs to be the 3. This makes this the 1. I take the 1 out of there. This is 2, 4. There's no 1 there. 1 looks up making that the 2, which makes that the 4 and that the 2. Take the 2 and the 4 out of there, that becomes the 1, this becomes the 4. The 2 looks up making that the 5 and that the 2. Really nice. I would call that probably the easiest one of these I've seen in a while, but easy doesn't mean bad. That was really cool. Lots to look at in that one. Yeah, really fun. I mean, you may turn around and say, I'm streaming. I'm not going to turn around to a setter and say that wasn't fun, except look at some of my previous streams. I've absolutely done that. Yeah, I I prefer puzzles. I mean, a 10-minute puzzle is a fine puzzle for me. And whether it's a 6x6 or a 9x9, that's fine. I love 10-minute puzzles. I love coffee break puzzles because I love coffee. But I love a puzzle where I can just, on a break at work, where I've had a bad meeting and I've got another meeting in 15 minutes, where I can sit down and I can use a puzzle to just recenter myself. That I love that. And if I pick up a puzzle and I know that that's what I'm going to get, that's a really cool thing for me. I'll be honest with you, they're the sort of puzzles that I gravitate towards because I do use them that way, and they really do help. 6x6 rules applies. Diagonal digits may not repeat along the positive diagonal. So this blue line will be also the digits 1 to 6. Crop key pairs. Digits separated by a black crop key dot must be in a 1 to 2 ratio. One must be double the other. Digits separated by a white crop key dot must be consecutive. Not all dots are necessarily given. Now, my normal black crop key dot spiel is you can never put a high odd digit on it because of the doubling factor. But we have 1 double to 2, 2 double to 3, 3 double to 6, and then we stop. So you can 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 6. You can just never put a 5 on this. So 1 double to 2, 2 double to 4. But these all see each other. And the reason these all see each other is because of the diagonal. These can't be the same digit. So I can't go 1, 2, 1. And I can't use 3, 6, because if I went 3, 6, this would be a 3, and I'd repeat on the diagonal. So these must be 1, 2, 4, and the 2 must be in the middle, and that must be a 1, 4. So that's interesting. That doesn't preclude that from being a 2, 4 or a 2, 1. Great opening, not sure where to go from here. Now, I could just pencil mark that quadruple because this must be a 3 or a 6. No, or a 2. So this is 2, 3, or 6, which means one of these is a 5. Night, Andrew. Thank you for dropping in. Yeah, I'm looking at the matching white dot formation. So, because this also must be a run of digits, because I can't go back to the original digit. So, for example, I know this can't be a 1, so I'm using it deliberately. If this was a 1, I couldn't go 2, 1. So this would have to be a run of digits. So this would have to go 1, 2, 3. Now, I've got 1 and 4. So from this being only from 2, 3, 5, and 6... if either of these was a 2, it'd go 2, 3, 4. So I can't put 2 in them. 3 would go 3, 4, 5, and 6 would go 6, 5, 4. So I can't put 6 in them. So this is 3, 5. This is a 4. Which means this is not 3. These are 2 and 6. 6 here would put 3 here. 2 here would put 1 here. So this is 3 or 1. 6 here would put 5 here. 2 would put 1 or 3, okay? But this dot is now more restricted. This could be 1, 2, or 3, 6. So it's either 1, 2, or 3, 6. Now these can't be 2 or 6. I can't put 2 in any of those. 2 is in one of those. I don't think that's the trick. Bottom of that black dot, this. Oh, right. Yes, this is a 3, 5, and that sees both of them. That can't be a 3, so that can't be a 6. Is there... If row 5, column 2 is a 3, you think it breaks. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 6. You are correct. It's a weird chain, but this would be 3, 4, 5. This would be a 1, and this would be a 6, which makes that a 3, and I've got 2 3s in the column. So that's the 5. Where is the 4, row 4, column 3 in box 5? Where is row 4, column 3 in box 5? Where is row 4, column 3? Row 4, column 3 in box 5. It's not there, it's not there, so it's in one of those two. So there's, right. So one of these is a 6. Right. So we know 2 is in one of those two. Can we do the same trick up here? I don't think we can. Is it interesting that row 1, column 2 is only from 2, 6? I'm not even seeing why it's only from 2, 6. 1, 2, 3, 6. So it's 1, 2, 3, 6. If it was 1, this would be 3, 6, and that'd be broken. So it's not 1. If it was 2, this would be 3, 6, and this would be 1. This is 3, this would be 1, 2, and that'd be wrong. Yeah, that is 2, 6. That's very weird, giving us a 2, 6 pair in the row. Oh, yeah, there has to be a 1 or a 3 on the black dot, so it's a virtual 1, 3 pair. Right, sorry. That was the easier way to look at that. I'm wondering if I should have looked at this by parity. 1 to 2, 2, 4, 3, 6. Maybe not. So we know 5 is in one of those two. So this is 1, 2, or 6. Oh, right, that is a 3. So this is a 2 or a 4. Hang on, that's a 2. And if that's a 2, that's a 1 or a 4. It's not a 3. That's a 3. That's a 6. That's a 2. That's a 1. That's a 6. That's a 2. Therefore, this is not a 5. That's a 4. That's a 1. That's a 4. These are 1, 5, and 6. So this is a 5, 6 pair, and we know the order. You know what? Doing Sudoku occasionally is probably worth considering. I mean, just, change things up a bit and occasionally try doing Sudoku. So this is from 4, 5, or 6, and it's not a 5, so that is even, so that has to be odd. So that's the 5, 6. This 6 will make this the 1 and this the 6. This is a 4 or a 6, and there's a 6 right there. So that's the 4. Really helps if you do some Sudoku occasionally. So 1 and 5. So 1, 5, 4, 1 and 2. So I'll put in the 2 and the 1, which makes that the 2, and that the 3, which makes that the 4, and that the 1. There you go. As soon as you start doing Sudoku. I can't tell Simon anything, Jim. If I could tell Simon one thing, it would be when you are done with colors, please remove them. If you really want to help your colorblind people, when you are finished with colors, remove them from your grid. Because then they don't have to worry about it. Oh no. I just saw what the next rule is. Oh, I feel uncomfortable now. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Killer cages. Digits in black cages add to the small value indicated in the top left corner. Psycho killer cages. What moron came up with this? Digits placed in psycho killer cages will reference a cell somewhere in the grid. The box number of the reference cell is the digit placed in the cage, and the position of the reference cell in that box is the same position as the cell providing the reference. The reference digits must sum to the given red cage value contained within the cage. So, what that means is, for example, the psycho values of this cage must sum to 4. That doesn't mean that these cells sum to 4. If this was a 5 and a 6, what it would mean is, because this is a 5, it will be the value in the cell in the same position in box 5, and this is a 6, so it's the cell in the same position in box 6, and those two cells will have to sum to 4. I'm not telling you anything, so I'm not looking at that yet. I'm just explaining the rules. So those are the two cells that would have to sum to 4 in this example. So that's how it works. Let's give this a shot. You're right. I have no one to blame but myself. Okay. So we do have some things that we could figure out about these. So we've got 21 to put into columns. These sum to 18. So this has to be a 1-2 pair in order to get to the 21. So this is a 1-2 pair, which means we are looking at those cells needing either there and there or there and there, needing to sum to 7. 10 and 11 cages are incredibly powerful. Oh, an 11 cage must be 5, 6, mustn't it? So this must be 3, 4. A 10 cage must be 4, 6, because the only option you've got is a high and a low digit. If you use a 1, you need a 9 and you don't have it. 2 must go with 8, you don't have it. 3 must go with 7. So, and you can't use 2 5s. So, so that all becomes 4. So the 4, 6 makes this 5 and this 6, which means this is 4 and this is 6. These are now 1 and 3. Now, one of these is going to contribute to a 7 sum, but we'll get there in a minute. Now, in here, we've got 12. So these have to sum to enough to get me to... These need to sum to 9? So I've got 3, 6 or 4, 5, but I can't use 3, 6. So these are 4, 5. I think. Is that right? Yes. So Now I've got to put a 6 in the column. I'm not putting a 6 in a 5 cage, so this is 1, 6. So these are 2, 3. The 2 here gives me the order. This is the 3, this is the 2. Now these are 1, 4, and 5. Well, there's no 5 or 4 there. This is the 1. This is a 4, 5. This is a 4, 5 pair. There's a 1 in there. Now, I could look at Psycho Killer first, but I'm seeing what I can do without it. There's a 2 in there. This is a 4, this is a 3. So this is a 5 and this is a 4. Now I can really do some Psycho Killer stuff. But, so I know that it is that cell and... for box 4 is that one. So it's those two cells have to sum to 4, because in box 4, which is this one, the same position as that cell, and in box 5, which is this one, that is the cell in the same position. So those two cells need to sum to 4 to make that cage work. I've already got 3, so that's the 1 and that's the 6. So this is the 2 and this is the 1. So now I know it is that cell and that cell that need to sum to 7, and I already have it. So, okay. Now, I need to get a 9. I can't use 6, 3, so this is 4, 5, and the 4 here makes this 5 and this 4. So these are 2 and 3, and I can use that to make that 3 and that 2. These are 1, 2, 3, and 5, and I'll use that 3 to make that 5 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6, I'll use that 4 to make that 6 and that 4. The 5 looks like making that 4 and that 5, and that 4 means that in the same position in box 4, I need a cell that sums to 1. Well, this is box 4, so that's a 1, therefore that's a 2, that's a 1, that's not a 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, this is a 5, 6, this 5 means this is the 6 and this is the 5. The 1 looks up making this 3 and this 1, and these are 2 and 6, not 3, and that 6 means that's the 2 and that's the 6. There you go, Psycho Killer puzzle solved. I do like the Psycho Killer rule set. Like, I pick on it a lot because if anyone's going to pick on it, it should be me. I really like it. I still think that in the Crosshairs, which is my Psycho Killer puzzle I did about a year ago, is possibly the most elegant puzzle and possibly the best puzzle I ever created. I submitted it to CTC. The only Psycho Killer puzzle they've ever done was by someone else. Calcutta by Inferio. My birthday puzzle is still doing well. I'm not sure which one you're referring to. Okay, Calcutta. 6x6 Sudoku rules. Thermos. Digits on a thermo strictly increase from the bubble to the tip. I'll be honest with you, Riff, at the moment, I don't remember that one. I need to look at it. I'll get you to send me the details in Discord later. No, I am perfectly comfortable with there being redundant clues, particularly in something like Psycho Killer, where people have trouble wrapping their head around it, because I'm assuming I could have gone to the 7 cage and resolved the 7 cage Psycho Killer and then taken a different path. Puzzles with different paths, awesome. Killer cages. Digits in a cage can't repeat and must sum to the number total in the top left corner of the cage when given, and they're not given. So what we know are these are extra regions because these are 6 cells large. Okay, so what does we know? It is very tempted to massively pencil mark these cages. But we know that this is one of those. Because where does this go in this box? Because it can't repeat in the column and it can't repeat in the cage. So we know, for example, maximum 6, maximum 5, maximum 4, maximum 3, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6. So this is a 4, 5, or 6 because it must go in here. Now this is one of those, but that seems to be less restricted right now. This is here in this cage though. because this cell can't be in any of those. So this is a 1 or a 2. 1 is down here, and it's not on the end of a thermo. That's a 1. So that's a 1. And I'm assuming I can repeat that trick along here. 1 is in here. Now, that is on this thermo. But it still could be there? No, it can't be. This is this. Because this is in here, and therefore where is it in this column? It's in one of those two, but it's not in the cage. So this is 4, 5, or 6, which means it's 4, 5, which means this is 4, 5. Which means this is 5 or 6, which means this goes, a 5, 6 pair means this is 4, 3, and 2. Yeah, baba, did you baba? That's a 3. I am declaring that to be 3. Because 3 is up here somewhere by Sudoku, and if I put it there, I go 3, 2, 1, and that's a 0. And if I put it here, then this is a -1, and it's not letting me do it. So that is a 3. Now, 1 and 2 are down here, and I'm not putting either of them there. So this is a 1, 2 pair. So these are 4, 5, and 6, but they're on the end of a thermo. So I suppose I should order them. So this is now 2, 3, and this is 1, 2. And there's a 6 down here. Forget pencil marking the other one, I just write digits into it. It seemed like a cool thing to do. There's a 4 in here somewhere. Now, I know there's a 1 in one of those two because I can't put 1 here. So where's 1 in this column? Because I'm not repeating it in the cage. I'm not putting it on the end of a thermo. I'm not putting it partway along a thermo. That's the 1. So this is not the 1. This is the 1. So these are from 2, 3, and 6. And yes, I know I am missing stuff, like that being a 6. So this is a 4 or a 5, which means it's a 4, and this is a 5. Now, that digit we determined was that digit, didn't we? Yes, this is the 5, this is the 6, this is the 5. These are 2, 3, and 4, and there's no 4 there, so this is the 4. The 2, 3 means this is the 6, and this is a 2, 3 pair, giving us a 2, 3 pair here. So these are 5, 6. And we've got a 6 there to resolve them. 5 and 6. This, by the way, is another really elegant puzzle. I'm going to interrupt my flow here because I don't give a damn about time. Ranks Ranks may or may not agree, but I feel that people like Rankskanai and Zetamath maybe, I think Rosetta still just pulls puzzles out of the ether, are really, really fortunate in people send us their puzzles that they really want to showcase. So the puzzles we get tend to be phenomenally good. So we're really, really lucky that we get these super curated puzzles from people that are just so good. Where is 5 in this row? Because it's not there because of the box, and it's not here because of the cage. So I can stick a 5 in there. So this is 1, 2, or 4. So this is 2, 3, or 6, and there's a 6 in the column. So this is not the 6, this is the 6. There's no 6 here. This is a 2 or a 3, so this is a 1 or a 2, putting a 1, 2 in the column, making that the 3, that the 2, that the 3, which means this is 2 and 1, which means this is 2 and 1. This column is now missing a 4, which means that's the 2, that's the 3, that's the 2, that's the 3, and to complete it, I better put a 4 in. really, really elegant and beautiful. And this is what I mean. These are for ranks. Do not think these were for my channel. These were completely and utterly created for ranks. And as I've said, in the description below, there is a link to the playlist where ranks features these puzzles, including ones I've not seen and will not feature probably for months. So if you really want more of these, go to Ranks channel. And as I said, just go to Ranks channel. It's awesome. But, yeah, people really put effort into puzzles they know are going to be seen. And yeah, great stuff. Ranks X Sum Venture by DJV. There are two things on this that make me feel a little bit of trepidation. The first one is X Sum, the second one is DJV. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. I will be paying a bit of attention to thank you, Riff Clown. I will be paying a little bit of attention to chat on this one. Each letter represents a different digit from 1 to 6. Clues outside the grid are X sum clues. The first X digits in the row or column sum to the given total, where X is the first digit in that row or column of the clue. So, we know that A and K are 1 and 2 because these are 2-digit numbers. And I'm guessing that A is going to have to be 1, but I don't want to prove it. But we know that A and K are a 1-2 pair. And these should have been grey or something because I can't even read those. I'm not going to reset a puzzle in the middle of a stream. But now, if... Yeah, okay, so there is an easy way to prove that these have to be, A has to be 1. And that is the only digit that starts with 2 that could work would be 21. So KA can be 2, 1. But AK, if A was 2, then this AK would be 21. And what would AG be? 23? 23 is not going to work. So A has to be 1 and K has to be 2. So we know this is a 21, so this has to be a 6 because it has to incorporate everything. So KA, that's been done. Now I've got to figure out how to make this work. So we've got 2 digits here that sum to N. And this is from 3, 4, or 5 only. Now, it could also be 6. So this is 1, 2, 3, or 4, but it's not 2. So N is not 4. Okay, that's not enough for me yet. But the others all have to be 2-digit numbers. So the minimum you can do to get to a 2-digit number, and it can't be 10, because they're all 2-digit numbers made up of Sudoku digits. So the minimum number I can use is 5. So all of these are at least... Hang on, how does that work then? Hang on, I've broken the puzzle. I've broken... No, this has to be a 5. I took the wrong digit out of here. No, hang on, wait. This is 1, 3, 4, or 5. But surely this needs to be a 5. I took 4 out of the wrong place. This needs to be a 5, because if this is a 4-digit... No, hang on, I'm doing this wrong. I am terrible at X-sums. Even a 3-digit number can get up to 12, can't it? Because 12 is the minimum I'm aiming for here. Or AG can't be 12 though. AG is at least 13. And to get to 13, 4, 5, 6. I'm already at 15. But it can't be a 1. And if it's 3, 3, 6, 5 is 14 and I'm okay. but I can't use 3, 5, 6. 3, 5, 4 is 12, and I can't do 12. So this can't even be a 3. This is a 4 or a 5. Which, great. I'm terrible at X sums. So we know now that n is 6 or... Hang on. This can't be a 5. This is a 4. Because n would otherwise n would have to be 7. So n is 6. So these 4 cells have to sum to at least 13. Because these are 3, 4, and 5. And this isn't a 4. So these have to sum to at least 13. But there's lots of ways of doing that. But could I include a 1 in it? Yes, probably. Because even with a 1, I can make this 9 and get that to 13. So that's not the trick I'm going for here. But could this be a 3? Because if it's 3, the maximum I could add to it would be 6, 5, and I'm fine. Okay. Okay, so we know this sums to 12. Right, AK is sums to 12. So to make 12... So this is 3, 5, or 6. And it's not 6, because 6 is automatically a 21. If this was a 5... Right, if this was a 5, we'd need one digit, which is 21 minus 12. And we can't do that in a 6 by 6 because 21 minus 12 is 9. So this is a 3. And we need 3 digits that sum to 12. So these need to sum to 9. Well, the only way to make 9 is 3, 6, or 4, 5 in a 6 by 6 as far as I can remember. And we can't use 3, 6 because this is a 6. So this is a 4, 5. And these are 2, 6, and we know the order. These are 6 and 2. So these are 3, 4, 5. Holy cow, David. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. These are 1, 2... Particularly right now. Thank you so much. Five must go in here for the column, so this is not a 5. So G is not 5. So this is 13 or 14. And what did we get from here? AK is 12. And there's my 12. Yeah. 6 in row 5. Oh, right. I can just place 6 in row 5. Hang on, but we know... Oh, this is 13 or 14, isn't it? So AG is 13 or 14. So if this is 13, this is 19, and this is 2. If it's 14, this is 20, and this is 1. Sorry, and this is 1. So this is a 1 or a 2. I agree with Riff. Oh, this is a 2. Where does 2 go? 2 is not there, and 2 is not there because of that 2. This is a 2. So these are 8. So these are 13. So we know AG, G is a 3. So these are 1, 3, 5. There's no 3 there. These are 1, 3, 5. Now KA. Oh, we've got the 21 already. I can ignore that completely. Never mind. But the AG... So the AG is resolved. The N is resolved. AK is resolved. KA is resolved. Okay. No, not OK. KA and AK. So G is 3. So that means that S is 5 and R is 4. So this is a 14 clue. But here we've got 12 already. So if this was a 1, this would have to be another 1. This is a 2 to make that work. So this is not a 2. This is a 1, 6. And AR is now resolved. And AS is 15. Which means either that or those have to sum to 6. Because I can't put 6... Oh, hang on. This could be 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Maybe. If this is a... Well, what can this be? This is a 5. Because this can only be 1, 3, or 5. It's not 3. And if it was 1, then that would have to sum to 15. So this is a 5. So this is the 15 that this is. 21 minus 15 has to go there. That's the 6. So that's the 5. And the AS is resolved. And that's all of the clues resolved, I think. So these are 1 and 3. 1, 2, 4. There's no 2 there. I know I'm doing this in the worst possible way, but I'm... This is a 1, this is a 6. Oh, 5 already in column 5. This is 4, this is 5. That takes 4 out of those, puts 4 there. This is a 1. There's no 1 here. There's no... this is a 3. This is a 3, so this is a 1. This is a 3. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. These are 1, 2, and 4. There's no 1 there. The 3 looks like making that 5 and that 3. That looks like making this 4 and this 5. That means there's no 4 here. The 1, 2 makes this the 4. This is a 1 or a 2, and the 1 makes that 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. That was really cool. These letter things often I find incredibly tricky. The AK, of course, being on a grid that is limited to 21, really did force it. So, yeah, that is very, very nice. Yeah, sometimes the stream can get a little bit behind. I'm showing still an excellent connection on this one because I'm streaming at a much lower rate than I normally do over on BremSter Games. Because here I'm streaming only like a grid at, I think only at 1080, where over there I'm streaming like video game stuff at 1440. And my internet connection can handle 3 of those streams at once, like uploading. So I'm assuming it's coping with this okay. So now we are doing, and I shouldn't tick it off yet, I pushed the wrong button. This is a puzzle called Double V. True enough, it does. We actually had a power outage in our area yesterday when a power cable came down, so I was very happy to have the battery that we do. Okay. Normal 6x6 rules apply. Digits surrounding a V sum to 5. Okay, I normally say separated by. But okay, digits surrounding a black dot are in a 1:2 ratio. Digits surrounding a white dot must be consecutive. Not all clues are necessarily given. Okay, let's have a look. So, V clues 1, 4, 2, 3. So you can never put a 6 on a V clue, but that's all. You never put 1, 4, 2, 3. You can never put a 5 or a 6 on a V clue. So, and you can never put a 5 on a black dot. So this is a 5 right here. Because I can't put a 5 on a V clue, because it would go with a 0. Can't put a 5 on a V clue. Can't put a 5 on a black dot, because of the doubling. 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 3 to 6. 5 never came into this. So this is a 5. So this is a 4 or a 6. 5 is in here somewhere, which means 5 is in here somewhere. 5 is in one of those two, which is much less. 5 is not in any of those. Can I put 5 there? Maybe. Five, 6 pair, row 1? Okay, that's now gone. Okay. Now, you can never put a 6 on a V clue. So there is a 6 in one of those. But I could put a 6 there, I think. Confuzzled, confuzzled, confuzzled. Now, I can't put a 6 there. This feels like a... I could put a 5 there, though. 6 is in one of those two. Yeah, colouring the V's feels good because this is one flavour of V. And if this is 1-4, this can't be a 1-4 because it sees both. So this is a different flavour of V. So this is a different flavour of V. And this is also blue because if it was yellow, I'd have 3 yellows. So this is a different flavour of V. Row 3, column 5. That one. So this can't, right, very, very cool. So this can't be 1, 4, or 2, 3. So it's 5 or 6 and it can't be a 5. So that is a 6, which makes that a 3. That is very cool. So now this is only 2 or 4. So where do 5 and 6 go in this column? Because I can't put them on a V. So this is 5 and 6, and I can't put 5 on a black dot. This is the 6, this is the 5, this is not the 5. 6 goes with 3. Now there's no 3 on this, so yellow is 1, 4, and blue is 2, 3. And I have all of my colouring done. These are now 2 and 5. I've completely missed what someone is saying there. We all know the V flavours. I don't. I haven't drunk V in a very long time. Yes, colour has a U in it. 2, 3 looks up making that the 4. There's got to be a 1 in here, but I'm not sure what that's doing yet. The 4, of course, looks up making that the 1 and that the 4. So this is a black dot without a 1 or a 4. So I can't use 1, 2. I can't use 2, 4. So this is a 3, 6. This is now a 2, which makes this a 3 and this a 2, which looks back making this a 6 and this a 3. Sure, Sotek, I'll take it. 5, 6, and 1 and 4. That's a 1, 4 pair. 1, 2, and 5. 2 is in here. Missing something. Missing something. This is a 1 or a 4. If it's a 1, that's a 2. Sure. If it's a 4, is that a 2? Yeah, because I can't go up to 8. That's a 2. So that's a 5. That's a 1. That's a 2. That's a 5. That's a 2. So this is a 5 or a 6. So it's a 6. That's a 5. Wait, no, wait. That 5, of course, made that 6 and that 5. And now this is a 3, which means this is 2 and this is 3. 1, 4, 6. So 6 is, of course, in here. This is also a 1, 4, 6, but it's a 1, 4 pair. 5 is right there. This is 1, 4, 6. 2 goes with 1 or 4. 5 goes with 4 or 6. Have I made a mistake somewhere? No, this 1 makes this a 6, which makes this a 4, which makes this a 1, which makes this a 6, which makes this a 4, and this a 1, and this a 4, and this a 1. I normally don't solve this fast, but these are 6 by 6s, and yeah, 622. Pretty happy with that one. The colouring is what did it, and I should have started that earlier. I've actually had several discussions with Randall about XV puzzles and the way you can use colouring to force different things. And Randall was the one who explained some interesting tricks with XV puzzles, where V's must sum to 5 or 15 and X's must sum to 10 or 15, and some of the colouring tricks that you can use on those. That was really cool stuff. Okay, Ranks. I'm not so sure. I'm not trying to compete with anyone, Martin. Normally when I do cleanup, I try and explain why I do eliminations, because I am fully aware that there's a lot of people who watch my videos who don't follow the scanning the way I do. So I always try and say the reason I'm doing it, even if it's literally a simple pointing digit, I will always try and do it. Um, Always try and explain. But on a stream like this, it's a 6 by 6 it's basic scanning. BYOS, which I'm assuming is bring your own Sudoku, maybe? So I will turn on the pencil mark checker if I get phenomenally stuck. So if I'm staring at a grid for too long and go, I have no idea what I'm looking for, am I just missing scanning? I will turn those markings on, but I tend to keep the conflict checker off by default. I actually don't enjoy using it. No problem for people who do. If you enjoy using it, absolutely use it. I just don't. But if I get really stuck, I'll turn it on, get unstuck, and then turn it off again. It's a great tool. I'm glad it's there. I do use it when testing, I will admit. Um, yeah, bit of a yeah. I I solve on a very big screen to try and avoid the blur issue. Okay, BYOS. So normal irregular 6 by 6 Sudoku rules apply. Digits on a palindrome line, which I'm assuming the lines we've got, read the same forwards and backwards, assign a different digit for each given cage, then solve your own Sudoku. Assign a different digit for each given cage. So I'm assuming I just put a different digit into each cage. So for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm assuming that's right. Cool. Which I'm assuming means that the correct solution checker is never going to work on this puzzle. Okay. So this has to be a 3 because this is a palindrome line. This has to be a 6 because this is a palindrome line. Now, this is a 2 for the same reason. Now, I'm worried that there's going to be a lot of colouring in this one, or at least potential colouring. Now, 3 in this region can't be in any of those cells, and that's a 4. So that is a 3. Now, these are 1, 3, and 5, and I can't put 3 into any of those. So that is a 3. Three in column 4 is in one of those two. If 3 was there, 3 would be there. I'm not sure why that's a problem. But this is now a 4 because 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. This is a 4, so this is a 4. So where is 4 in this region? It's not there and it's not in those two. So that's a 4. So 4 has to be placed in this region and it's not in any of those. So that's a 4. And 4 in this region is right there. Box 3. Please indicate box 3. But yes, I remember we created a puzzle in Skunkworks about a year ago, which was an irregular friendly puzzle where we used a particular marker to indicate the digit that goes into this cell in this box will indicate the number of the box. So you would find the number of the region based on the digit that you ended up placing in a particular cell, which was a lot of fun. But a little bit brain mendy. This has to be a 2 because there has to be a 2 in this region, and these 2s will knock them out of all of those. So that is a 2. So these are 1, 3, and 6. There's no 3 there. So these are 1, 5, and 6. That doesn't seem to be it. But these are 2 and 6. That also doesn't seem to be it. Hang on, but this is all the same region. So I can't put there is a 1 and a 6 in this region because of this column. That is the 5. So this is a 5. 5. So there's no 5 here. The 5 makes this 1 and this 5. So this region is missing 1, 2, and 6. But that can't be a 1 because this is a 2, 6. In this region, 1 is in one of those two. So in this region, 1 is in one of those two. I am solving this terribly. In this region, 5 is in one of those two. This is 1, 2, or 6. So this can't be 6 because this can't be 6. So this is a 1 or a 2. This is a 1 or a 2. Oh, and this is, right, and this can't be a 6 either because this is a 1 or a 3. Five is in one of those two. Wait, this 6 makes this the 1, which makes this the 3, which makes this the 3. This is not a 3. This is now a 5. This is a 1 or a 2, which means it's not a 5. This is the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 6, which means this is a 2, which means this is a 2. This is a 6. This is a 1. This is a 2. This is a 1. This is a 6. This is a 6. And I better put a 1 in the corner. These are great fun. These are so much fun. And I love the concept of just being able... Actually, did that say... Yeah, it doesn't include a solution. Good. It might be a gimmick, but it's a nice one. I remember very early on seeing a couple of puzzles. I think they were by Lucy Audrin, where you would pick a digit. I'm pretty certain it's in Lucy Audrin's book. I've got it up there. I could check. Where you would place a digit in a particular cell. And if you placed a certain digit in that cell, Like, I think it was like if you place a 3, a 7, and 9, then the puzzle is easy. If you place a 4, a 2, or a 6, the puzzle is medium. And if you place one of the other digits, it's a hard puzzle. It was very, very cool. Yeah, I think it was a Lucy Audrin puzzle. Anyway, so normal 6x6 rules apply. I'm only going to do probably 4 more puzzles, depending on what I run into. Digits on the arrow sum to the value in the bulb. Each arrow in this puzzle will have a repeating digit. Okay. How does that have a repeating digit? I mean, it does, but that's by normal rules, it's the digits on arrows sum to the value in the bulb. So this is an arrow, this is a bulb. How do I repeat a digit on that? Because the first rule says this is an arrow and this is a bulb, and then it says each arrow in the puzzle has a repeating digit. So you kind of have to be, because if you do, if you look at how often on videos people will turn around and say these rules are not clear. There was a Simon one a couple of days ago where there were 40 comments about people saying the rules weren't clear. So I think testing puzzles should include someone picking the rules to pieces. And when someone submits a puzzle to me, if the rules are not clear, I will absolutely feedback and say, I can see multiple ways of reading this rules. And if possible, I will try and get that fixed. This one, I get what they're saying, but yeah, I will always rules lawyer. Anyway, okay, so these have to be the same digit. They have to be 2 or 3 to make this 4 or 6, because I can't put 1 on it. And I can't make one of these repeat with these because then the arrow won't work. Now, this has to repeat on one of these. Now, this has to be at least a 2. So there is at least a 2 on this. And it can't be, this has to be a 1, 2. Because if this was anything other than a 1, 2, then this would be, say, 2, 4 because of the 3. I don't even need the 3 here for this. But if this is 2, 3, 2, this would be a 7. And that doesn't work. So this is a 1, 2 with a 2. And this, therefore, is a 5. So these are 4, 5, and 6. And that's not a 5. So there is a 5 up here. Now, can this be a 5, considering this is a 3 at least? So 3, could it even be a 4? Because if these are both 1s, this could be a 4. But it can't be a 5. So 2 is up here. If this is a 2 and this is a 2, I've blown the total. These are both 1s. Because 2, 2 is 4. That would be a 7. So these are both 1s. So I've got 5 or 6 up here. This is not a 4. Which means 1 is not... This is a 2 and this is a 1. This is the 3, okay, which means these are both 2s and this is a 4. Thank you for the invisible 3 hint. This is not the 2, this is the 2. 4 is in one of those 2. This is a 4 or a 6. If this was a 4, this would be a 4, and I'd have nowhere to put 4 in this box. So this is the 4. This is a 5, 6 pair, so this is the 4, this is the 6. So this can't be a 6 because that would repeat. This is the 5, this is the 6, this is the 5, 6 means this is the 4. These are 3 and 6, and the 6 here gives me the order, 3 and 6. This has to be a 1, which means this has to be a 5. That means this has to be a 3. This is a 1, 5, and the invisible 1 makes that the 5 and that the 1. These are 3 and 6. These are 3 and 6, which means the 3, 6 here means this has to be a 2. These are 4 and 6, and these are 4 and 5. But this 5 makes that the 4, that the 5. The 4 looks down, making that 6 and that 4. 6 looks up, making that 3 and that 6, which looks down, making that 3 and that 6. That's elegant. I mean, being rules picky aside, you didn't see how I ruled the 3 out of row 2, column 1. So I didn't rule a 3 out of row 2, column 1. 4 has to be in one of those two. If I put 4 here, 4 becomes here, and I can't put 4 in box 5. It had nothing to do with placing 3. It had to do with if I put 4 I didn't eliminate 3, I just forced 4. Yep. Cool. That one was nifty. We're now going to a thermo puzzle. I have no idea how long this stream has been going, but I've been enjoying it. Digits along a thermometer must increase from bulb to tip. Okay. I've been having a love-hate relationship with thermos recently. As in, I quite like them, but they've been hating me. Okay. Now. Okay, where am I looking? Where am I looking? 4-cell thermos feel quite long for this, because 6543. So these are down to 3 options. It's very tempting to pencil mark them. Because I'm not seeing... Like, these 2 cells are those 2 cells. I can see that those 2 cells, for example, are those 2 cells. And I can see that those 2 cells... What is up? Oh, God. How have I gone into color editing mode? What just happened? Those 2 cells are those 2 cells. Right. This is a 1. Okay, yep, 1 in column 4. That is something. So this can't be a 1. So this can't be a 1. So this is 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6. Because this is 2, 3, 3. Because these 2 cells, this can't be a 1. So this can't be a 1. So that restricts that thermo a lot. That cell is in one of those, and it can't be there. So that cell is that cell. Yeah, that is there, of course. Yep. 6 is in one of those 2, but... And that is there. It could be either of those if this is 5 and 6. Does that work? So this is right. This is these are from 2, 3, 4. This can't be, yeah. So this is right. Got it. So this is 2, 3, and this is 3, 4 because these are these cells. So they must be in order. So what if this is 2 and 4? This is 2 and 4. If this is, yeah, they must be like this. So this must be higher than 3. This is 4, 5, 6. So this is a 2, 3 pair. And we know the order, 2 and 3. So these are from 4, 5, 6. And these are from 4, 5, and 5, 6. Giving us a 4, 5, 6 triple, which means these are 2 and 3, and this is a 1. This is really cool. Which puts 1 down here. This is from 4, 5, 6, meaning that's a 2. This is not a 1 anymore. That is in one of those. I am still not fully grokking, I must admit. 2 is in one of those, but still not fully grokking the geometry. 4 is on a whisper with green. What? Thank you. 4 is on a thermo with green. 4 is here or here. So if this was 4, this would be 4. And there'd be no 5 in this row. That's nuts. So these are 3 and 2. I don't know that I would have spotted that. I do not know that I would have spotted that. So this is 4, 5, 6. These are from 4, 5, 6. That's not a 6. That's not a 4. There is a 1 right there, and these are from 4, 5, 6, but this has to be lower. So it's not 6 and it's not 5 because it has to be lower than 4, 5. So this is the 4, this is the 5, this is the 6. There's no 4 here. This is a 5, 6 pair. This is the 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 makes this 5 and 6, which makes this 4, which makes this 5 and 6, which means this is 5 and 6. But the order up here could be anything, but it means that's the 4. This 6 makes this 5 and this 6, which means this is 4. There is a 4 down here. These are 1 and 3, which we know the order of. So this is now the 1. This is a 4, 5, 6 without a 4. This is a... Wait a minute. This is the 5. This is the 4. This is the 6. This is the 4. This is the 2. The 5 looks up making this 6 and 5. That's really cool. I don't know that I would have spotted that 4 trick with those. Very neat. Very neat. I'm going to have some water rather than... One of the things I have on my video game streams that Twitch has it and I wish that YouTube did, which is someone could push a button or it gathers tokens for people, then they can tell someone to hydrate because I never drink enough water while I'm streaming. Yeah, another really good puzzle. That's one of the, as I keep saying, one of the things I love is that the streamers and the people who record are very lucky to get incredibly curated puzzles. Normal 6x6 Sudoku rules apply. Digits may not repeat along the marked diagonal. Disjoint sets, i.e. the same position in every 2x3 box must each have a different digit. Okay. Right. So how's that going to work? So I know 1 is in one of these two. I know 5 is in one of these two. I'm just pencil marking stuff while I'm trying to wrap my head around how this is going to work. 3. So there's been a couple of puzzles in the adventure series I have found quite frustrating, but that doesn't mean they haven't been good puzzles. I have found them frustrating. Okay, so there's something going on with the diagonal for sure. So I can tell 5 is in one of those. Is there something more restricted than that? 3 is in one of those. It's tempting to just mark the whole diagonal and then eliminate. Because 4 can't be there or there or there. So 4 is in one of those. Row 3, column 4. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Holy cow, that's a 1. Which means that's not a 1, that's a 1. That is a tricky naked single spot to start the puzzle. That's nicely done, people. So this is now, sees 1, 2, 4, and 5. So this is 3 or 6. So where are the ones? 1 can't be there. So 1 is in one of those two, and it's not on the diagonal. So that's a 1, which puts 1 in one of those two. So these are 3, 4, and 6. Top left box position. Oh, right. Because these are only a 3, 4 pair, and that 3 sees that one. That's 4 and that's 3. So that's not 4. And now 3 will be even more restricted on the diagonal. 3 is in one of those two. But these are a 2, 5 pair. Oh, I'm terrible at this sort of scanning. 2, 4, 6. I think I'm feeling more pressure because I know that everyone in chat is going to see this stuff much faster than I am. So 4 is in one of those two because it can't be there, but I have to put it in the row. Row 6, column 2. Okay, 3 can't be here. If 3 is here, so 3 is in one of these two. Right. How does that see that? Right. Oh my lord. Disjoint. So if this is a 3, I can't put 3 on the diagonal because I couldn't put 3 here. I can't put 3 here or here. I can't put 3 here. If this is a 3, this has to be a 3 to put it on the diagonal, and I've broken disjoint. Holy cow. Ah. So 5 is in one of those two, which means I can't put 5 in either of those two, and 5 is in one of those two, which means 5 is in one of those two. Oh my lord. So what is going on? So, so these are 2, 5, and 6. Oh, disjoint is breaking my brain. So I've got all the top. So 3 is in one of those two. That's not doing much. I still need to get 2 onto this diagonal. That's not it. Still got it. Yeah, 5 is in one of those two, which is what I just deduced. 4 on the diagonal. So, all right, 4 on the diagonal is just right there, which puts 4 right there, which puts 4 right there, which puts 4 right there, which means this is the 1. This is a 2, 5 pair. These are 2, 5, and 6. And there must be a 6 in there. So there's no 6 there. So where's 6 on the diagonal? This is just 2, 5. So this is a 6. This is a 2. This is a 5. This is a 2. This is a 5. There's no 5 in here. This is 2 and 6. These are 3 and 6. And I don't need to use disjoint. These, that's not the 3 anymore. That's the 3. So that's the 6. That's the 3. That's the 2, and that's the 5, and that's the 2. Push the right button. This is now a 6, so that's the 5, and the 6 makes that the 2, and that the 6. Holy nutburger. Thank you, chat. I really appreciate the help. I really do. Okay, normal 6 by 6 digit on arrow sum to the value in the bulb. Orthogonally adjacent digits may not sum to 5 or 10. 1 6 pair. Because if I put a 1 or a 6 in there, I have broken the 5 and dime rule. So I can't put a 1 on this arrow. So maximum this can be is 6, but the minimum I can put here, considering I have to put a 2 on it, I can't put a 2, 3. So this is 2, 4, and this is a 6. I have to put a 2 in one of those. There is a 1 in one of these. These are 1, 3, and 5. So this is a 3, 5. This is a 3, 5. Now there's almost certainly something going on here. The minimum here is 1, 2. Minimum here is 1. So this is a 4, a 5, or a 6. And I'm not seeing the connection there. So these are 2, 3, 5, and this is 1, 3, 5. What is the thing I'm missing? 6 is in one of those. Can't go next to the 4, but until I know where the 4 is... 4... And this doesn't have to be 1, 2. It's just a minimum of 1, 2. I could even put 2, 3 on here. Because this could be... No, I can't put 2, 3. There must be a 1 on this. Because otherwise, if there's no 1 on this, it's 2, 3 with this being a 1 to make this 6. And this can't be 2, 3. So this does have a 1 on it. Now, it can't be 1, 4. But it could be 1, 2 or 1, 3. So this is from 1, 2, 3. And it has a 1 on it. And if it's 1, 2... This is a minimum of 3. So this is only 1, 2 or 3. Four can't go next to the 1, 6 cells. Can't put 4 there. Can't put 4 in any of those. So 4 is in one of those two. Which puts 4 up here, which means that can't be 6. But that can be. But now 6 is in one of those. So that can't be 4. Because if that was 4, it'd be next to one of the 6s. But now this... How do I take that further? No 5 and 10 in row 2, column 4. What? If that's 4, that can't be 4 or 6. But it doesn't need to be 4 or 6. I could put 4, 6 there. Why can't I go 4, 2, 4, 6? Okay, let me have to figure this one out. 4 plus 1 equals 5. 4 plus 6 equals 10. I acknowledge this. Oh, this can't be a 4. Because if this is a 4, then I get it there. So this is the 2, this is the 4. So this is not a 3. This is not a 1. This is the 1. There's no 1 here. This is a 3. So this is a 1, 2 pair, and this is a 6. This is a 1. This is a 6. Sorry, I missed that one. I was thinking about these. I wasn't seeing that. You'll be hard-pressed to find a video where BremSter has said, I'm an amazing solver. So where's 2? Now, so these are 3, 4, and 5. There's no 4 there. I was thinking along the wrong lines, just in the wrong direction. I was looking here, not here. So 1 is now in one of those 3. So what is this? It can't be 1. It can be 2. Can't be 3. Can't be 4. It's 2 or 5 only. I don't think that breaks anything, though. 1 and 2 is down. Oh, this is a 1-2 pair. Because 1 and 2 have to go in this box somewhere. They're not here and they're not here because of those. That's a 1-2 pair. So 3 is in here. This is not 3. So this is 4 or 5. Row 5, column 1. That one. Oh, right. 6 means that's 5, which means that's 3 and that's 4 and that's 5. 4 can't go next to 1. That's 2. That's 1. There's no 2 there. That's the 2. There you go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Not in all 3 of them. I may have done that right. So this is the 4. This is the 3. This is not the 4. These are, well, the 3 looks up making that 5 and that 3, which makes that 5 and that 3. Very cool puzzle. 2 and 6 and 1 and 5. Now. 2 can't go next to 3, so that's the 6 and that's the 2. Right. Can't put 6 there or there, so that's the 6. This is a 1 or a 5. These are 4 and 6. But that's the 4, that's the 6. So these are 3 and 4, and I can use any of those to resolve it. So that's not the 4, which I already had. 1, 2, and 5. 5 is in here now for the column, so that's the 2. So that's the 1, that's the 2. There's no 2 in here. So this is a 1-5 pair. I've got a 1-5 deadly pattern, but the 4 here will break it open. That's the 5, that's the 1, that's the 1, and that's the 5. And that is the solution to Not the 5 and Dime by Riff Clown. That, just stunning puzzles. It is very tempting to want to continue, but I think I would be overloading myself, and I don't want to do that. I want to have more streams available to me in future. And having got past that chaos construction at the beginning where I was like, what am I doing? I'm very happy to be doing this series, and I'm looking forward to more. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, David Ratner, for the donation. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, just everything that the community does for me. Now, there is a treat coming to my channel. I hope people find it a treat. Starting on Monday night my time, so that'll be, I think, Monday morning for most of the people in Europe or America. I hope people appreciate it. Those of you who do not know what's coming, yeah, we will see. I had planned to release it a couple of weeks later, but as I said, there's some stuff, and I'm trying to pace myself and take a step back. I really wanted to do the stream this morning, but I'm going to try and take a step back. I'm going to take a break from recording for a while, for a few days. I decided to, rather than push and try and record and schedule everything, I was going to use the stuff that I'd pre-recorded and just bring it forward. So actually in the videos I say that I'm releasing later in August, and I've just brought it all forward. Thank you, David, very much. Thank you, everyone else who attended. I won't try and thank people by name because I'll miss people. Thank you very much to Ranksk for being the person who curates or is responsible for this series in a big way. And as I said, link below, go check out Ranksk's stream. Oh, thank you, Jim. Very appreciated. Yeah, I assume the other streamers have noticed YouTube revenue has plummeted recently. So yeah, very much appreciated. Thank you to all of the people who created these puzzles. So what was it? It was Inferio, Frappi, Ranks, Riff Clown, MicroStudy, DJV, Randall. I think that's the list. So thank you to all of the setters. Yeah, and thank you to the entire community for everything you do. The people on Puzzle Plaza, go check out Puzzle Plaza. There's a link to Puzzle Plaza on every one of my videos. May not do it on these stream videos, but all of my regular videos do. Yeah, thank you, everyone. It's just greatly appreciated, everything you do. And if you've got suggestions, feedbacks, puzzles you'd like to contribute, holy cow, Palfrey, thank you. And yes, hydration is important. Thank you. If you've got puzzles you would like to suggest or recommend or submit, please, my submission guidelines are also in. That's not what I was saying. That's not what I was talking about, Palfrey. Then please follow my submission guidelines as well. What I was meaning was that, yeah, there's just been a weird thing in July that the revenue from YouTube videos is down. One of the things I will say is I do have a Patreon and other ways of donating. Do not donate money to me if you are in any way financially hard up. Just don't do it. Like, I do not want people to skip a meal in any way, shape, or form to donate to me. Is money helpful to me right now? More than normal, yes. But I'm not as hard up as I am that I want people to skip meals or anything to donate. Just don't do it. Just don't. But I do appreciate the donations in a big, big way. Thank you, everyone. I'm just thanking people too much. Thank you, everyone. See, I did it again. Good luck with your solving, and I'll see you in another stream. It probably won't be next weekend, but maybe the one after. Thanks, everyone. Bye.